Hello everyone, I'm Stephen Beach, the Executive Director of the Wellesley Community Center. Welcome back as we go into the Labor Day holiday weekend. The new season is fast upon us. We have a very exciting fall schedule yet ahead of us, and we're doing something very new in the 42-year history of the Wellesley Community Center. We now have the privilege and the honor of hosting Wellesley-Weston Lifetime Learning beginning on Monday, September 9th. And with us here today is the president, Bruce Belason. Bruce,
hi Steve.
Tell us, how did this organization come into being? You've been in existence for decades now, but
Actually, we've been in existence for 2 years longer than the community center. You just mentioned 42 years.
Yes.
We are beginning our 44th year.
oh, son of a gun.
And about 4 years ago, when we finished up our 40th year, I did a little bit of history. We sort of had a celebration, and I did a history paper and on lifetime learning. And as the best I can understand, we are the second oldest lifetime learning organization in the country. The movement started in Europe in the late, after World War II, and then a place called New University down in New York City started in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't find anyone older than us in the country.
But this model, the lifetime learning model, is not unique to Wellesley-Weston.
Correct. Correct.
And how are the curricula assembled? How do you get the subject experts? How do you determine what a semester's lineup of course material is going to look like? Who makes these decisions, and how do you prioritize?
The answer is real simple.
Okay.
We're very opportunistic.
All right.
If we can find somebody who will volunteer to give a course,
Mm-hmm.
99% of the time we will accept that volunteer. You have to understand, the organization is entirely a volunteer.
Sure.
Nobody gets paid. We rent space,
Mm-hmm.
we rent publication services, but all the teachers volunteer their services, all the directors volunteer their services, and we actually are one of the few lifetime learning organizations, from what I've learned, we do not have a paid administrator.
Okay.
And that way we can keep our registration fees as low as we possibly can.
And speaking of registration fees, what are the numbers if someone wants to sign up for a semester for a course or
Sure.
or multiple courses? How does that all work?
Okay. We have 10-week semesters, each spring and each fall. And we have, all of our classes are on Monday mornings. And we have 2 class periods, one from 10 to 11 and one from 11:30 to 12:30. And in between we have a complimentary coffee break.
Mm-hmm.
Generally we're able to offer 5, 6, 7, or 8 classes per time period per semester. So figure about 14 or 15 classes per semester.
Okay.
As when I say, basically wherever we can find somebody to teach a course. Fortunately, a lot of times we find somebody who wants to teach multiple semesters, French, German, drama, literature. A lot of those are retired teachers, and they just want to continue to teach, and they come back each semester. We have probably one of the things we're most proud of is we have 3 courses that each have a different speaker every week. And that's 10 weeks times 3. That's 30 different speakers per semester. And we don't pay them either. And we get some pretty good authors, historians, social workers, so on. You asked our fee. Our fee is, for 1 course per semester, it's $60. For 2 courses, it's $110.
Okay.
We can register online. We're now equipped to do that online. Or you can walk up, or you can mail it in.
So the website to register is www.llcourses.org.
Right.
And what is the phone number?
That I don't keep memorized. We old people have no problems.
But we have a prop here.
Yeah, I know. That's why I wanted it. 781-205-4205. That's we answer questions.
And we put that on the screen for your viewing convenience as well. So the first class is Monday,
September 9th.
September 9th.
Yeah.
And when do the attendees need to be on campus?
Well, the first class starts at 10 o'clock.
So they should get there around 9:30 or so?
Yeah, we recommend getting there early, you know, all the traffic jams. I mean, I ran into 3 detours just driving over here today.
Well, it is the hill,
That's
so
the par for the
standard
course.
operating procedure.
Yeah, so if you get there about 9:30 and enjoy, chat with your fellow classmates and your teacher, I think, which brings me to a point. I think one of the things that I've realized through the years, that comparing ourselves to other lifetime operations, learning operations, is a big asset that we have is that we have multiple classrooms in one venue, so we can meet all at the same time. And that fosters a sense of community between the people in the classes and the teachers. And as I say, we have a coffee break complimentary between the 2 classes. And that's a real sense of community. As I say, we've had many people come in 10, 15, and 20 years. So I think that's a big asset.
I should say that's remarkable to have that sort of tenure, if you will, from some of these attendees all that time.
Yeah.
So some of the favorites are languages, politics, history, art, culture. So these tend to be popular and recurring themes.
Yeah, I have found perhaps the most popular single course is current events.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, senior citizens or retired people are really interested in current events. We at one time had a really good teacher in this named Jerry Grossman. His nephew at one time, about 8 or 9 years ago, was state treasurer here in Massachusetts. But Jerry, his private life was totally focused on politics. I mean, and he was involved in himself. I was told he could pick up the phone and get Ted Kennedy on the phone at that point in time.
Okay.
But in an election year, presidential election year, Jerry would have about 300 in his class. That we trying to sit.
It's a lot of bodies.
Trying to go to find a seat in his class in election year, I give analogies like trying to go to church on Easter or Christmas.
Yeah, go sit in the parking lot.
Or if you had to go into the middle of the pew. Everybody was on the edges and so on. But,
Too funny.
Yeah, but and anything to do with arts, culture, literature is also very popular, and history is very popular. In fact, now our most popular course is something we only started 3 or 4 years ago. It's called History Potpourri.
Okay.
And we have a different subject every week, a different speaker every week. It can be anything. So they're unrelated, but we have authors coming in here. We have people who have had hobbies and talk about that. One of our I was going to say parishioners, one of our registrants is sort of a national expert on daylight saving time. And every 6 months he gets phone calls from all over the world, but he gave us a talk on daylight saving time, its origin, and so on and so forth.
He's not from Indiana, is he?
Maybe not. I know that Indiana does have strange time zones, if that's what you're talking about, yeah.
Anyway, we are really excited. This is a milestone for the Wellesley Community Center. This further enhances our program content. We're very excited about seeing as many of you there. Don't forget to sign up, www.llcourses.org. The first class Monday, that is September 9th, that's after Labor Day. And we have a couple of breaks during that 10-week semester because we have Rosh Hashanah, Columbus Day, and Veterans Day. So it will actually cover a 13-week period as opposed to straight 10.
That's right, Steve.
Okay.
And let me say, we're very pleased to be at the community center. To find a venue that has 7 or 8 classrooms available simultaneously. And I might say we're very flexible. If you sign up for one course and you say, hey, something else is going on this week and I want to sit in on another class, no problem. We're very flexible, very informal.
That is flexible. Yes, that's wonderful. All right, Bruce Belason, President, Wellesley-Weston Lifetime Learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
Indeed. We'll see you Monday.
Okay. All right.
Thanks for watching.